Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Simply Spiritual. How's it going? All right, guys. Well, today we're going to be talking about the top 5 2020 predictions that I have for you today. And make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel, share with your friends. It's going to be important for everybody to know what's to come up, so that way you guys aren't freaking out, because even though the predictions may be a little creepy, it's good to be prepared. So share with your friends, please. All right, guys. Well, let's get started. Now, number 1 prediction, rioting and protests. Now, we're already starting to see rioting and protests beginning to happen in other countries, okay? So there are some articles that are coming out, and so things are getting a little bit heated. I believe that riots have already kind of started in Texas, and not necessarily rioting, but there's been a bit of government protesting as far as opening back the economy and getting people back to work. And it's no wonder. I think people, we're struggling and we need to make money. So there are, as time progresses in the month of April, we are going to start to see more people trying to stand up and getting us out of lockdown, so that way we can go back to normalcy. I think that there's definitely kind of a bigger agenda at play that's going to still try to delay this and drag it out for longer than it needs to be. So once that happens, we're going to see more rioting and protesting in regards to this thing. And it's like, get us out of this. We want to go back to work. This sucks. So be prepared for that. That's going to happen. This may turn into a situation that people may get out of control a little bit, perhaps start looting. There could be violence. There could be damage done in certain communities. So if that does happen, there's a strong possibility that martial law could be implemented to get this under control. So we don't want that to happen, and I'm really hoping it doesn't happen, but I'm feeling like something similar is going to take place, whether it's some sort of military intervention or martial law situation. So something to prepare for. Just know that it's going to be temporary, and things are going to start to go back to normal beginning May, and then middle May, and then June is going to be much better. So be safe out there, kids. My number 2 psychic prediction for 2020, systems changing. Now, what I mean by system changing is that we are in a complete restructuring of our globe, our planet, the systems in place, because you know what? It hasn't been working for us. So now the universe is kicking our asses and saying, you know what? It's time to make a change, because people are suffering, and suffering is no good. So these corrupt politicians, the people that are trying to overthrow the world, the Rockefellers, the Bilderbergs, the Bill Gates of the world, you're going to start to see these people collapsing. You know, a lot of people are waking up right now, and they're like, we're not going to take any more of this. So this is awesome. So this is actually kind of tied in with the rioting and protests. Not only there's going to be protests in April, but there are going to be a few more coming up throughout the year. So as these corruptions are being revealed, then we're going to start to see systems starting to change. So this could be within the central banking system. I have a feeling like that is going to start collapsing. I believe that the education systems are also going to be changing. The education system is not working for children, especially. And this is also including universities. You know, there has been a lot of corruption within universities, a lot of propaganda and misinformation. And this isn't helping students either, you know, even adult students. So I feel like our overall education system is also going to be under major restructuring. I think this whole work from home thing, that's going to shed light to that. And then I think the institutions are going to try to change things around. So be prepared. The central banking system. So my advice is that if you do have your money in a major institution, let's say Bank of America, Chase, or whatever, it's probably a good idea to kind of invest in, you know, a like an online bank or you know, something on a credit union. I think that that's much safer I'm gonna do it too, because I don't trust what's gonna be happening now. So just a little idea for you. But yeah, it's really good. This is all awesome. So be prepared for all the changes to happen within our overall system. So yay! My number 3 prediction for 2020, corruption revealed. This is going to be a great one, guys. Really excited about this. So as I touched in the number 2 prediction about all these types of people, like the corrupt people, the people that are not looking out for our own best interests, they are going to be exposed. So that's great. I also feel that within the government itself, we are going to see disclosure on certain top secrets, government information that they've been hiding from us. Think Edward Snowden on crack here. As the year goes by, I think we're gonna get so much more information as to what's been happening, what's been hiding from us, and that's gonna be revealed. Not only that, but I have a really strong feeling that disclosure is going to happen as far as extraterrestrials and our engagement with them, and the CIA and the FBI being involved in UFO research. It already actually is starting to happen, which is awesome. So the CIA just recently revealed some public documents on their website. If you go to cia.gov, you'll be able to go to their website and see their information and disclosure on them working with UFOs. So really exciting. Now this is just the tip of the iceberg. I think the CIA deliberately released their information on April Fool's Day, so that way people don't take it very seriously. Plus, most people are distracted with whatever's going on with the coronavirus. So pay attention. So they're gonna probably reveal things when things are just like everyone else is distracted. So if you really want to have disclosure, pay attention to the signs. However, I feel like some more overt information is going to be coming out. So that's going to be super dope. So look out for that. I have a feeling that there could be some sort of lawsuit or something along those lines too, because I keep on getting images of documents and papers. So we're going to get the full shebang on what's happening, possibly even knowing the truth behind 9/11. I'm really hoping so. That would be awesome. My number 4 prediction for psychic predictions of 2020, weather changes. So weather has already been a little funky. I live in Southern California and we've been seeing a lot of rain, a lot of clouds, just blah weather, and it's springtime. Dude, we usually have like 80-degree weather in the winter. So the fact that it's been in the 50s and 60s for months is really unusual for Southern California. But not only that, we're gonna start to see other events starting to take place too, which includes volcanoes, earthquakes, and other weird abnormal weather patterns happening in different parts of the world. Usually where it doesn't necessarily take place. Just recently, a few weeks ago, we saw I believe it was a 6.5 earthquake in Boise, Idaho, which like never happens. I think it happened last in the 1980s or something like that. So we're gonna start to see earthquakes in places where there aren't usually earthquakes. So pay attention. Now for California itself, which I'm a little freaked out about, but I have a feeling the big one is coming. Now I don't feel like it being super duper catastrophic, but we've already started to notice like some mini quakes happening out in the desert in the past couple of weeks, like little mini ones, like 3-4 pointers. However, we're gonna see a much larger scale one here coming up in the coming months. I'm not exactly sure when this is gonna happen, but I feel like it's gonna be relatively soon. So duct tape your TV to the wall, do what you need to do. I mean, most people are gonna be fine. Luckily, California, we're structured pretty well, but that's gonna shake up our world. My suggestion is to really share love and treat people how you've never treated them before, and give back and be compassionate and be kind to one another, because you never know whether or not these people will stay or go. And this includes your family. So it's super important to love your family, love your friends, be there, because you never know what's going to happen. And there's going to be a lot of casualty. So, but for the most part, a lot of you guys are going to be safe and protected. There is a veil that's opening between us and the spiritual world, and we are being protected by family members, ancestors. So, the people that are meant to stay will stay, and the people who are meant to go will go. So just be prepared for that. I don't want to make anybody sad, but it is what it is. And lastly, number 5, 2020 predictions. This is a really exciting one because I'm kind of like a nerd when it comes to these types of things. But this is about extraterrestrial contact and spiritual evolution. So they're already here. And what I mean by that is I've intuitively been feeling this, and a lot of other people have been feeling this as well. Like some of my friends are like, I feel like something strange is about to happen with UFOs or extraterrestrials. And I'm like, me too. Now, there have been some recent articles coming out as far as spaceships being sighted. I believe there were thousands of them actually sighted not too long ago near the ISS station out in space. And then we've been noticing some events happening as far as UFO sightings, and they've been very, very frequent here in the month of April. However, I feel like there's going to be much more to come starting in May. It's going to be really obvious and really apparent, and it's going to bring a lot of attention and awareness with people, to the point where disclosure will have to be imminent. Like, we are going to have to be told, like, hey, they're real, because we're going to see them for ourselves. Hopefully we don't, go on another toilet paper spree once we see aliens, because that would just be bad news bears. Like, I'm kind of worried about how people are going to act when they know, like, hey, aliens are real. But don't worry, this isn't like Independence Day where, you see a giant spaceship coming out of the sky and trying to blow up our buildings. It's not going to be like that. In fact, this is actually a really good thing, because they're here for our spiritual growth and development, as well as our protection. There's been a war going on for many, many, many years out in space. And I know that sounds like very Star Wars-y, but there has been. And they've been really trying to get us to evolve and to mesh with their society. And unfortunately, it's been hidden so long from, the government, that they're going to basically kind of be like, all right, we're really going to have to step in, because our government's going to be doing some shady shit, and it's not going to bode well for the human population. So they're here for our protection. So whenever you feel scared or alone, just know that you got some alien buddies looking out for you. Not only that, but spiritual ascension. So a lot of people are starting to wake up. They're evolving, they're ascending. They're experiencing weird symptoms, such as like heightened intuition. They're experiencing weird flu-like symptoms that are not related to being actually sick. If you look up ascension symptoms, you'll see that they could be very tied in with each other, but very different as well. So I'll post the ascension symptoms here, so that way you can look at them for yourself. And if that resonates with you, then chances are you can be a part of this ascension process, which is really great. All right, so I hope that breaks down the predictions for you. I plan to do more. My next video, I'm going to talk about more about the alien stuff. I think it would be a good idea for you guys to be enlightened about what could be potentially happening with that. I feel like I'm getting some messages with regards to their intention and what they want. So we could talk about that in the next video. Until then, stay safe, stay loving. And if you want to book a session with me and have your own intuitive reading with me personally, you can go to my website at www.itsyouruniverse.com and schedule a phone session with me, and we'll chat and I'll answer any concerns you might have. All right, guys, thank you and be safe. Love you.